off for us, J.J. Roberts. 9 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, the first of his Marshall career. Did you get one at Wake?
Mm-mm.
First of his collegiate career. So there it is. Fire away at it.
That sack came in a big spot. Obviously forces a 3rd and long in a critical situation. Just walk me through that play. And, the defense hadn't gotten to the quarterback yet tonight until that point, but got it when he needed it most.
Obviously, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for, giving me the ability every day to go out and do what I love. And, without him, I wouldn't be here. But to answer your question, I just ended up being in the right spot at the right time. We were in a certain coverage, and I ended up kind of freeing up, and then I saw the quarterback start to scramble, so I had to take off and try and get him down. So,
it felt like at times the defense was bend but don't break. You get the stop inside the red zone to force a field goal attempt, and then obviously that last stop. Just how key were those drives for you guys, knowing that, hey, we've still got some space to defend and we're going to.
Yeah, I mean, big time from all of our guys out there. I'm really proud of everybody on the defense, and I'm really proud of our offense too for, stepping up at the end of the game when we needed them the most. And I think it was just a good game as a collective. Special teams, I made a difference. Jordan with the big kick return, and then obviously the offense had some good plays at the end of the game that capped it off. So I think it was a collective victory, and I'm proud of my guys.
When the offense comes out and jumps out to an 18-point lead, does that make you play a little bit looser on defense? How much more confidence does it give you when they go out there and can score right off the bat?
After last week, being up, it doesn't make me any more eased. After that, it kind of be locked in every drive, because last week we made a critical mistake, of taking our foot off the pedal. But when they go out like that, it's definitely great for the momentum and the team, and the energy that everybody is going around. So,
how much was the feeling of that loss in the back of your head tonight?
I'm glad we got to play a couple days before Saturday. I'm glad that we got to get that taste out of our mouth. Capitalize on the game today. That was just a rough loss last week, and I'm glad that we bounced back. And I'm proud of everybody.
What's a win like this do for an off week? You got a chance to rest up, and you still like you could play another quarter as much as you're kind of answering around. It's like what a feeling it's like to win like that, wasn't it?
If I had to play another quarter, I would. But right now, that's big time, man. It's just big time. I'm ecstatic of just the moment. I just appreciate this moment. And, going into a bye week on a loss would be rough, especially after last week. So I'm glad that we ended up getting the win and pulling through so we can go into the bye week on a good note.
How beneficial is this bye? Last year you guys had to play 10 straight games to end the year, and now, that number's cut in half. But, how beneficial is this next, 2 weeks or so that you get to kind of rest and relax your bodies?
Yeah, it's big time. This came at the perfect time for me. This is right in the middle of the season for us, so I'm glad that we get the time to rest a little bit and recover, get our little stuff right in our mechanics and our defense, for the next couple weeks and prepare for our next opponent.
You're on the sideline watching AJ kind of run wild and do his thing. What was your takeaway?
Hey, he's a dude. That's one of the dudes. I'm proud of him. Seeing him work through the off season, and just reaping his reward from all the work that he's put in. It's not much of a surprise to us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Mike Green, for those that don't know, Mike was added to the Bednarik Award watch list earlier today. That's given to the College Football Defensive Player of the Year. Also, Lombardi Award, which is the top 90 linemen and linebackers in FBS football. Career high, tied his career high with 11 tackles as well.
You guys come up with a big stop when you needed it the most. Really, 2 big stops on their last 2 drives. Just walk me through the mentality of those last 2 defensive drives when you got stops that you needed.
Yeah, so something that we've been trying to improve on is trying to eliminate all the MAs and all the little slip-ups because, sometimes those little things that you mess up can end up being explosive play. So we try to eliminate as many little technique problems and make sure that our eyes are in the right spots and we're in our right gaps and all those types of things. So I think it kind of just correlates about how this game we was a little bit more locked in and how we were able to execute a little bit better.
They had a couple shifty running backs that could do a lot of different things out of the backfield. Just what was the adjustment made on them, towards the end of the game to make sure they didn't, hurt you too bad on this last couple drives?
Yeah, so earlier on in the game, it was kind of noticeable that these guys were some good running backs. If one little shorter tackle wasn't gonna get them down. So I think throughout the game, everybody took that and used that as caution and try to make sure that we're wrapping up and we're doing what we need to be doing. So I think just throughout the game, we just kind of adjusted to that naturally, and we didn't really have no major adjustment to it.
On that last drive, it seems they were running clock too. How beneficial was that? Because without having to take timeouts, you were getting a pretty good amount of rest every play as they were trying to figure something out. And then when it got to 3rd and 4th down, you guys were pretty rested to make some big stops, weren't you?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes when you're out there and they have long drives, it kind of wears you down a little bit. So it was definitely I feel like it was an advantage for us. You get to catch our breaths a little bit more, and it gives you time to just relax and then be able to have more time to focus on the next thing that you have to do.
The offense generates 18 points, pretty quick there, and you look up and you've got that lead in the second quarter. How important was it to stay locked in, knowing what happened last week, to make sure that something like that didn't happen again?
It's very important, simply because the offense hold us accountable, and if they're up, we can't just let the offense run all over our defense. And so it's kind of like a thing where they're just relying on us to do what we're supposed to be doing because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I feel like that just helped us have a little edge to us.
A little bit of a break now before the next game. How can you guys grow over the bye week?
I think this bye week is going to help us recover, for one. For two, it kind of ease our mind a little bit just to relax. Some people are going home. And it just gives us time off to just focus on our mental states, because football it requires a lot of mental activities. So when we have this break, hopefully everybody takes a full advantage of it.
What does being named to some of these watch lists and awards, what does that mean to you for a guy who's worked so hard to for that moment, for the attention?
Honestly, I feel like it's an accomplishment for sure. There's a lot of more things that I'm striving for. So yeah, it's good and all, it's great and all, and I'm actually proud to be on the watch list. But unfortunately, I just got a lot of more that I'm striving for. So, I'm grateful for sure. I know sometimes people don't really get the opportunities to have people that are watching over them and seeing how they play and all these types of things, even if they're performing to that level. So sometimes people just get overlooked and things like that, and I feel like this opportunity was great for me, and I'm blessed for it.
All righty.
All right, thank you. God bless.
Thanks, Coach. Center Logan Osor basically keyed an offensive line that did not allow a sack and produced 295 yards on the ground, including the game-clinching 88-yard touchdown run for the next guy you're going to talk to.
Logan, when are they going to start keeping stats for offensive linemen on, holes you open up?
Nah, probably never.
Obviously, you guys get the job done tonight, execute the game plan. Just walk me through how good it felt to come away with a win in a game like this heading into a bye week.
Man, it feels awesome. It feels awesome to get that win. It was a grindy win, and, I'll give all the praise to Georgia State. They're a great team. A lot of people have doubt them and stuff, but they're right in there with every team they played, and they're tough, they're physical, and, they challenged us this week at the beginning of the week. It's going to be on our backs, and we stepped up to that challenge as an offensive line. I challenge everyone in our group, man. We got to be locked in. We got to be focused. We got to go out here and we got to execute, or we're not going to like the result.
You know, when you get off to that kind of start offensively, obviously, you know, a couple quick scores and, you know, you get up 18 points. How much does a start like that benefit you guys down the road in a game like that, knowing that you can move the ball?
No, it definitely helps. It gives you momentum. But you also got to calm down a little bit too. You can't get too excited. Can't get too emotional. You got to play. You can't play this a game emotional. You got to play with emotions, but you can't play with emotions. So we just got to keep that momentum going. We got to just, you know, anytime we got that momentum, we just got to strive to keep that going and just continue to score.
On that last score when he broke free, was that a play you knew that if he got some space, maybe they thought you were going to pass, and once he got to the 20, he was gone? And what's that feeling like as an offensive lineman to see him just take off and put this thing away?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of funny. As soon as we walked out there, I looked at our right side and I was like, "Yep, this one's gone." You know, just their demeanor and everything. But now you got to give the credit to AJ, man. I mean, he found that crease and he made it go. You know, he don't need much. He just needs a small seam and he's going to go. He's obviously a great athlete. You know, he's got great vision. You know, he had. You know, he learned from the best with Rasheen and Kalen LeBourne. So it's his time now. So he's gonna make the most of it.
Some off weeks come at a perfect time. This feels like one of them. Big win, rest up for the home stretch come November.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that how this team feels about it?
Yeah, Coach Huff just told us to empty the tank tonight, and he was going to give it back to us. So that's what we did. We just tried to go out there and, you know, do the game plan the best we can and execute the best we could, and that's what we did. Good.
Yep, good.
Thank you, guys.
I believe with his 15 carries, he's finally going to be on that list for the Sun Belt leading rusher after this week. But 207 all-purpose yards, 4 touchdowns, 177 rushing, 3 touchdowns, 1 reception, 30 yards, and a touchdown. A.J. Turner.
When was the last time you scored 4 touchdowns in a game?
Actually, junior year in high school. But it's been a while, though, for sure. It's been a while. Definitely been a while.
You know, when the offense comes out and gets a score on the opening drive like that, just how much does that do for the confidence of your guys' offense?
Yeah, you know, it builds momentum for the team. You know, it let the defense know that we got them. You know, offense, we just keep working, and we got to put our trust in our defense. And, you know, I knew we can get the job done.
And then, I mean, the ball keeps coming back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Take me through that second touchdown you had, because it looked like you got swallowed up, then all of a sudden you changed direction, and then you're down the sideline, and then your quarterback's laying a block for you down the field.
Yeah. Man, shout out B1 for that great block. You know, in my O-line, you know, I couldn't have did without them. You know, they put me in the best position to be successful. I believe I got one of the best O-lines in the country, man. I'm thankful for him. But on that run, my Coach Locke, he always tell me to keep my feet moving and, you know, never give up on the play. So I just kept my feet moving and made it happen.
They had kind of cut back into the lead there before the half. How big was it to score before the break, you know, when you guys did to push that lead back out to 15?
Yeah, you know, it's all about responding. You know, football is a game about responding. You know, the other team's going to make some plays, we're going to make some plays, but it's all about battling. You know, it's a battle, so we just had to respond.
How much does a win like this, you know, help morale, help, you know, confidence going into a bye week to get ready for the home stretch come November?
Yeah, it helps us a lot. You know, we done show what we capable of. We know how to grind. We know how to push through. We know how to finish. So now we just got to keep putting everything together, get better each week, and that's all.
You're on the sidelines there watching the defense come up with a couple of big stops late in the game. You know, what was your perspective on that 4th down stop that you know, gave you guys the ball back and then opened up your run?
Yeah, you know, our defense is great. I knew they was going to get the stop because, you know, I see them every day in practice. You know, they work hard. They got some great players on that side of the ball, and I knew they was going to get the stop, and I was very excited.
You know, Coach talked a lot about having each other's backs this week after the way the Georgia Southern game ended. You know, how did you see that from a player's perspective play out on the field tonight?
Yeah, you know, we a close team. You know, all the times, summer workouts, winter workouts, everything we've been through together. You know, going over each other's house in off time. So, you know, we know how to fight together, and we know we got each other's backs. So, offense or defense, whatever it is, we just know we got to ride with each other and trust each other, and then we just got to finish.
Good. Thanks. All righty.
Appreciate y'all.